Test, test.
Test, test.
Test, test.
The Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Minnesota State High School League.
2, 3, Hunter Fritos. Ball goes inside for Bjork. Bjork with inside, dunks. Parker Bjork, a little shot. Block on front. They go! They go! They did it! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chaska Community Center on this Saturday, December 22nd, for a matchup between the home Chaska Hawks and the away Minnetonka Skippers. I'm here, Colin Jacobson, with my partner Eric Krauscher. How are you doing tonight? Happy holidays.
I'm great.
You ready?
My first color job on hockey.
Yeah, we're ready to bring this matchup to you guys tonight. So let's start talking about both these teams. Let's tail the tape.
You know, Minnetonka, defending state champions. You'd think there'd be a little drop-off when you lose 200-plus points. You lose a skater like Bobby Brink to the juniors, and nothing. 8-0, still the #1 team in state. So, you know, Minnetonka, they're just kind of picked up where they left off from last year. Chaska comes in, starts the year #9 in the state. You know, high expectations, 4-4 record here into the night. So, one of those teams that everyone kind of thought might be a little bit better. Still a lot of season left, and so for Chaska, it starts here, it starts next week to kind of turn things around.
Yeah, Chaska tonight is going to be without their head coach and one of their key defenders, Billy Bronson.
Yeah, altercation Tuesday at Buffalo. Yeah, both won't be on the bench tonight. We believe Sean Bloomfield will be the head coach, but we'll kind of watch that as the game goes on to see who's kind of in charge on the bench there for Chaska. Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how the Hawks will come out under that interim look, especially being without one of their top 4 defenders, and we'll see who will fill that back role. Got to think it's probably Charlie Erickson stepping into the top 4.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
You know, I mean, you got Starkey, you got Kester, you got Magnuson, you got four guys that played a lot. Do you rely more on those 4 and just sneak one in? So we'll see here what Chaska does, but they still got 4 defensemen that have played a lot of ice time over the years.
So Chaska looking for a little bit of revenge tonight. Last year, They played Tonka in the regular season, lost, and then Tonka ended their season as well.
Yeah, and this regular season matchup right before Christmas was last year too. Really fun game. Really fun game. I think it was closer than the 5-2 score was.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was a 3-2 game with about 5 minutes left in the third period.
You know, a couple big goals. Rhett got one.
Yep.
Shane Lavelle got that one. You know, so this was kind of that breakout moment for Chaska last year. Can Chaska, you know, refocus tonight and have that same kind of, focus? I think we'll see here.
Yeah.
You know, the playoff game was a lot of fun. I mean, they were in the semifinals, the first time in a long years that Chaska was in. So it's been a fun matchup.
Yeah, we'll see tonight, how Chaska's built off their 2 matchups with them last year and how they're going to come into this game tonight and see how they've truly grown this year if they're ready. That brings us to our keys for the game, starting with Minnetonka. How are they going to win?
Well, and how they've won all year. They've allowed one or less goals in 7 of their 8 wins. So when you're getting that kind of defense, when you're getting that kind of goaltending, it makes it pretty difficult to win. So, and they've been averaging, that 6-7 goal range in a lot of the games. And so they can score, but they play defense, and that's what they really need to rely on, is to make sure they're not giving up breakaways, to be true in their zone. And then for Chaska, I look at 2 things. Early in the season, they had slow starts. You cannot dig yourself a hole against this team with their defense. So they got to come out and they got to play a good first period, be even at least through 17 minutes. And then the other one is discipline. This team has taken too many penalties. When they lost to Evelyn Gilbert, they gave up 4 power play goals. The other night, they're up 4-1 with Buffalo. Boom, boom, penalty, power play goal. All of a sudden, Buffalo has the momentum. And so, they got to be disciplined. They got to stay out of the box against a good team like Minnetonka.
There you are. Keys to the game for both teams tonight. We'll be back shortly from the packed Chaska Community Center with the #1 Skippers versus your Chaska Hawks.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services, with clinic locations in Chaska, Shakopee, and Savage.
All right, we're just about ready to play hockey now. The national anthem has been sung and the helmets are going back on. Thanks for joining us again and happy holidays as we're a few days out from the Christmas season. We're about ready to go here. We'll start with the Minnetonka goaltender. Number 1, Charlie Glockner. He's a senior. Sporting a .88 goals against average and a .947 save percentage. And on the other end for Chaska, going with their senior captain, number 1, Justin Bach, with a .301 goals against average and an .876 save percentage and 1 shutout on the year.
Yeah, you know, Charlie Glockner comes in as one of the top-ranked senior goaltenders in the state of Minnesota. You know, Frank Brimsek award, maybe nominee. So, you know, they've really relied on him. And like I said, kind of in our keys, he's only given up more than 1 goal one time this year. So, you know, his size, his command of the net, he's a wall. You know, and Justin Bach, these are the type of games that maybe you can still win with your goaltending. Justin has shown that in the past. He's been phenomenal in some games, so they'll need that from Justin.
And we're underway here at the Chaska Community Center on this just below freezing night with 29 degrees. Section 2 AA opponents, Minnetonka in their traveling blues, and Chaska in their home whites, left to right across your TV screen, computer screen, or tablet screen. Thanks for joining us as we bring to you this matchup tonight. Down deep in the Chaska corner behind the net, a scrum. As Kester, the co-captain, who will be heading to University of Minnesota after the season, sends it down the length of the ice, and that will be an early icing against Chaska. 16:23 to go here in this first period. Once again, I'm Colin Jacobson. I called a few games last year for CHBN. I'm back this year for a couple, along with Eric Krauscher, as many of you know, the great reporter he is around the Southwest Metro. Down deep into the Chaska zone, Magnuson shovels it behind the net, and they break it out of the zone. That's Lavelle. Coming back now is Miller. Into the corner, Omshad behind it with the net. Krul takes it on the wall as it's flipped up on the boards. Over to Mac Motzko, the transfer from St. Cloud. Many of you may know the Minnesota Gophers coach, Bob Motzko. Yes, that is his son. There's Krull. Krull, a shot on, that gets blocked out in front, and Benz picks up the garbage and flips it out of the zone. Krull comes back with it here to Lagerback. Lagerback going to ASU once he completes his high school career. He's tripped up, no call. The puck flutters out of the Chaska zone. Zitloff, a pass over to Kiffin. He can't hold on. They'll recollect. He takes a hard hit from Fletcher. Zitloff back to his partner Zitloff. And that Chonka's back up the other way. Just over the line, Henriksen looking. Drops off a pass there. Is whiffed on by Kittleson. Tonka with more of the pace here in this first period, won't you say?
Yep, absolutely.
Just right off the beginning, only 2 minutes into this game. Lacomi with it behind the Chaska's net. He's watched by Starkey. Fletcher's able to clear the zone. That'll go for Chaska's second ice early in this first period.
Yeah, we had the third line, watching the matchups of the lines here for Chaska. And to begin the game, Bauer Berry was on the third line with Fletcher and Scholey. Another guy who's kind of been in that top 9, Owen Thomas, hurt his knee, and so we're going to be watching to see if he plays some tonight.
He is dressed and is in the lineup according to coaches, so we'll pay attention to see how much we see him. A lower body injury for him. Here comes Pfitlick. Pfitlick stops at the blue line, and he'll elect to throw it in deep where Glockner will set up behind the goal. Doctor can't hold on to it. He's pestered by McDonald. Glockner gives away to Kiffin. A shot on a block. Ooh, block shot by Barrett. Just squirts wide of the Tonka goal. The other way now, Lidke, the Denver commit. walks in, shoots off the goalpost. Lidke rings one off the goalpost, and it stays out. As our score stays 0-0 here.
Yeah, that went in the section final double overtime. That was his shot from last year in that section final with Holy Family.
What a great game that was. Holy Family almost stole that game from right under Minnetonka.
3 seconds away.
I can say that's one of the more interesting high school hockey games I've watched. That puck's gobbled up by Bach, and there's a scrum ensuing in front of the net. Kester's in there with who else but Lagerbach.
Yep.
We were talking about him before the game. He likes to get his nose deep. He's going to always be in front of that crease.
Yeah, and he played such an important role on that line with Bobby Brink, who we saw walking through back in town. You know, him and Jack Bayless, that line was so key for Minnetonka last year, and Teddy had a big part in that. He just was that grinder in front of the net.
Bobby, arguably one of Minnetonka's biggest contributors during that state tournament last year. Forewent his senior year and is playing with Sioux City.
Junior year,
excuse me, yeah. It's even younger than I remembered. Centering pass so good as that's blocked by Lagerbach. Now he goes with it the other way. Watched by Erickson. Delayed offsides, the Chaska come back the other way. Just in front of Lavelle. Lavelle, centering pass. Shot blocked. Somehow that stays out. A 2-on-1. Benz could not convert.
Great pass from Shane Lavelle. He just waited to the right spot. Ethan was right there twice. Good effort though.
Lavelle was almost in the corner. Another centering attempt. Looks like they're trying to get Glockner moving early. See if they can open up some holes there as it did on that first attempt. Kittleson here walks around Starkey, comes away with it around the side of the goal. They score. Kittleson with a nice movement walks around Starkey and goes around the back of the net to put Minnetonka up 1-0 after Chaska almost led 1-0.
Yeah, and that's number one team in state's got to get breaks like that. Where on the other end you just miss a goal. And that's kind of how the season's gone for Chaska. They just miss. One goes their way. Tough to kind of see. That was a nice play by Kittleson, who's another one of the first-year players from Minnetonka. He played at Holy Family before, and so we talked. Minnetonka you can't let them get up early. Here we are, 1-0, and so now you gotta stop it right here.
If you're Chaska, you need to convert on those opportunities the rest of the game in order to win that game, or win this game, excuse me. So early in this game, Minnetonka takes a 1-0 lead over Chaska. There's a nice play by Pfitlick to get around Lidke there as it goes into the corner. And back the other way is Jack Bayless. He loses it, but Streeter will pick it up, a block shot by Barrett. Barrett coming back after his injury. Puck squirts out there to Streeter. Streeter, a shot blocked again by Barrett. Just thrown down in the corner. Newhouse takes a hit from Erickson. A centering attempt is no good as it's taken away by Chaska. Just too far ahead of Pfitlick. Lidke will send it back deep into the Chaska zone where Erickson will pick that puck up. As an errant pass, Olmscheid levels Newhouse, who's waiting on the doorstep for a tap-in goal. Newhouse again, the shot goes up over Bach. Lagerbach to the point. Nifty move, Miller into the corner. Lagerbach scores from an impossible angle, and Minnetonka takes a 2-0 lead. That was pretty.
I was just thinking right before the goal that it's just constant. There's just no, they're just boom, 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 boom. Incredible shot there. Bach kind of just looked like, how? You think you have it, and there's a little bit of over the shoulder, and so right away Minnetonka 2-0, and they are showing everything of who they are right now.
Minnetonka is going to make you pay, and they're going to come at you hard. A whiff shot here leads to almost a partial break there for Kittleson. There's a centering attempt, no good as Hendrickson was held up by Magnuson. 2-on-1 here, led by Olmscheid. Pass just too far for Lavelle. Over on the wall, it's chipped up off the boards by Henriksen. Pfitlick can't hold on. Olmscheid back with it. He's pestered by Henriksen again. All over the ice this shift is Henriksen. Nifty little move by Kittleson. He loses it to Kester, and he'll come back the other way. Mike Kester for Chaska gives it to his teammate Lavelle. Into the corner. Lavelle puts a hard hit on Zitloff. Cross-ice pass over to Bayless, coming back the other way from Minnetonka, is taken by Lavelle, or excuse me, Kester. Kester's long pass to Warner, no good. As Minnetonka back quickly the other way again. Kester flips it up off the boards. And Minnetonka will regroup, starting with Doctor over to Lidke. Lidke quickly up ice again to Streeter. Minnetonka moves up ice very quickly here. As we've seen.
And that starts with talented defensemen. When you have 4 guys back off that state team, you understand how to get that outlet pass going.
Yeah, that comes with their experience too. They've been in these positions. They've been playing at this pace for so long.
Yeah, Grant Doctor, he started as a freshman on this team. So this is his 4th year. Ledke, this is his 3rd year. So, you know, you look at that pairing, and not only are they good defenders, they're really good offensive players too.
Both those two big contributors to Minnetonka's championship season last year. And I believe Minnetonka is going to be a man short. Teddy Lagerbach. Not sure, I didn't see whether it was a board or hit from behind, so I believe it's
charging.
Charging, there we go.
Or a false start.
False start.
Traveling, what do you think?
So at 8:41 in this first period, Chaska go on their first power play. Minnetonka on the kill this year, just a hair over 85%. Chaska on the power play, an even 20%. We start with the number 1 unit. A shot by Kester, and that's gloved down by Glockner.
Yeah, he saw it all the way.
In order to beat Glockner, Chaska's going to need to get bodies in front of him.
Yeah, some tip shots. They almost got one early on.
Warner here against Lacombe. Warner wins. Back to his defenseman Kester. Kester walks. Gives to Magnuson. Magnuson over to Pfitlick. Pfitlick walking down the sidewall. Finds Magnuson. He couldn't hold on to get a shot off. Behind the goal, Warner can't hold. And Glockner will hold. As McDonald takes an extra shove and Grum suing.
Ethan's definitely undersized in that brawl.
I don't think they're exchanging Christmas cookie recipes. Not wishing holiday greetings.
That'll even it up. Throw one guy in the box for each team. Warn it for...
No.
Somebody's got to go in for Chaska if they're doing a 5-on-4.
Or not.
Well, there's 2 guys in the box, and there's 4 guys on the ice for Minnetonka.
So we try to figure this out. The ref's not on the same page. Both coaches are trying to figure out what's going on here.
You got 2 guys in the box.
Either someone didn't go for Chaska or Minnetonka needs to take a player off the ice. And McDonald will come off for Chaska.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Even it up.
Both of them were in there in the scrum. As a reminder, these teams both met twice last year. Tonka won both those matchups. So a little bit of bad blood from those games could be ensuing over. We'll pay attention to that.
I think both teams understand the importance of this game. You know, Chaska needs to play well. Win or lose, they need to play well. Minnetonka, you just want to keep rolling. You don't want to let up.
The undefeated season on the line for Minnetonka, as well as Section 2AA implications. Wouldn't that be something if Chaska had the tiebreaker over Minnetonka?
That certainly would help. That'd certainly help in the seedings. You'd quickly forget some of their early losses if you win a game like this.
Exactly. Especially if they can win some of those games later in the week, too.
Yep, with Eden Prairie coming up, Prior Lake. Those are big section games that definitely will have section seed implications.
Last year, Chaska came away with an overtime win against Eden Prairie in sections. As Lavelle walks in here, his shot's blocked, and that'll go up and out of play. And Chaska lost last year in the regular season tournament to Prior Lake.
Yeah, and that was the third game in 3 days. Chaska was unfortunately shorthanded. You know, Justin Bach was talking about a big game. Justin Bach was really, really good in that game. I think we had him in a couple Superman poses to stop a few pucks. So that tournament, Dakota Arena, always a lot of fun.
Even better competition this year for that tournament. So
yeah, Schwann's Cup Gold Division way down. You see teams
starting to pull away. Yep. The Schwann's Cup being such a premier tournament each year, and now starting to lose some of its main contributors.
Yeah, I think schedule had to do with it. They're playing one game Saturday.
As the other way here is Bayless. Bayless walks in, saved by Bach. Pfitlick back the other way. Chaska's got numbers. Shot by Pfitlick just over the glove of Glockner, misses the net. Warner puts a hit on. Kester comes away with it. He walks, has room. A shot just wide. Kester will shovel it in deep while Chaska will make some changes. Behind the Minnetonka goal, Doctor throws it all the way down the ice, and we'll have an icing against the Skippers.
Yeah, you know, good response here from Chaska off the 2 goals. You can't let it get worse at this point, and so you got all you can do right now is to one shift, next shift, next shift.
Talk about weathering the storm.
Yeah. We've seen Chaska score 4 goals regularly most games, so
yeah.
They have the potential to score. So it's just you got to get back to playing good defense. Keep it right here.
Another icing, quick icing here against Minnetonka. We'll try this one for a second time.
Yeah, we talked, you know, early in the game here about who would be that 5th defenseman, and you were right. It's Charlie Erickson's been out there.
Decisively more ice time than he's used to seeing. It's good for the Chaska senior. Fletcher a shot on, turned away by Glockner. Puck swatted at, back in deep in the Minnetonka zone. Kiffin, he gives over to Zitloff. Zitloff takes a hit from Fletcher as he distributes it. Kittleson into the Chaska zone. Barrett on it for Chaska. Takes a hit there from LeCummy. A battle on the wall. Henriksen up to his defenseman. Back to Henriksen. Takes a hit from Barry. LeCummy. And it'll go down on net to avoid the icing opportunity. Glockner all the way out. Just too far there for Kittleson. And another icing against Minnetonka.
Yeah, and these are the spots that Chaska needs to win draws like that. They won a couple on the power play. You win a draw, you get a scoring opportunity right off here. So
they need to start getting some chances from these offensive zone faceoffs. They need to put the puck on the net. A few early missed nets here on these opportunities.
And I think some of that's Glockner, big body. You can't just shoot it at the middle of the net.
For sure. Well, the puck goes back down the other way, and we'll have an icing against Chaska. A little bit of sloppy play the past few minutes. A 2-0 Minnetonka lead with 4:47 to go in this first period at the Chaska Community Center.
Yeah, and you can. I keep watching the defensive pairings here from Minnetonka. Doctor and Licky are almost out there every single time with the Warner-Pfitlick line.
Minnetonka electing to try to match up those two against Chaska's highly touted line.
Pfitlick's just such a dynamic player, and you want to have smart players back there. You know, and obviously your two captains from Minnetonka are going to be two smart players, and so, and 7 years of varsity experience.
Bret Pfitlick, the shifty forward for Chaska, will be going to where his father's alma mater is and where his current brother plays, Rem, as he's tripped up. Chaska will have a second power play here. 0 for 1 on their first one.
Yeah, it'll be Josh Lidke that'll go for tripping. 4:08 left in the first period. This is one of those things where if you can get a goal, get to the intermission 2-1, you're fine.
Yeah. They have to avoid giving up another goal before the end of the period. As you say though, Bret Pfitlick, he's very elusive. As I think we have an errant whistle there.
Net was off.
Net was off.
Otherwise, it's a beautiful goal.
Yes. Nice passing play, tic-tac-toe. Unfortunately, the net was off for the Hawks. But
yeah, I know. You look at when a team's 8-0, you go, why are they 8-0? Well, Minnetonka, their penalty kill 85%, power play is 33%. On the other side, Chaska's only a 20% power play, 78 penalty kill. So, special teams play a big part in high school hockey, any hockey level.
Minnetonka with a +4 goal differential per game, only giving up 0.8 and scoring 5. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
In high school hockey, if you can score goals and not give them up, you're going to have a good chance to win each night. So we'll get another face-off in the Minnetonka defensive zone. Chaska's #1 power play unit will stay out, and Minnetonka will make a few forward changes. Magnuson with it, just over the blue line. Alexis sent it back in behind the Minnetonka goal. Krull will come with it the other way. Streeter now for Minnetonka. He stops. Chaska back with numbers. An errant pass there. Pfitlick trying to find Warner. Didn't connect, and now Chaska at the Minnetonka zone. And McDonald likes to send it deep. Offside? No, saved by Glockner. As many of the Minnetonka coaches seem to think that it was offside. Behind the Minnetonka net, it's wrapped around and held there by Lavelle. Lavelle gives to Olmscheid. Olmscheid, Pfitlick can't hold on. He takes a hit. Scrum behind the Minnetonka goal, a few players. Buck sent down the ice now there by Miller. And they'll make a change.
Yeah, 25 seconds left here in the power play for Chaska. 2.5 minutes left in the first period.
The ref's still hearing a lot from the Minnetonka head coach over that offside. This Minnetonka's back to full strength here. Excuse me, that's Goldsworthy, my bad. That's giving it to the referees. Shot turned away by Bach. In the corner now, Kittleson has it for Minnetonka. He'll go behind the goal, and that's Sully Scholl seeing his first ice time of the night. Scholl, excuse me. Henriksen to the point. The shot blocked there. Fletcher comes away with it. He turns back in his defensive zone. Drops it off the wall. Newhouse gets there first. It's flipped up and not a play. Fletcher and Kroll exchanging pleasantries as they skate away from each other to their respective benches. .118 to go here in this first period of play, deep into the Chaska zone. Lidke at the point, a shot gloved down by Bach. He saw it the whole way. As Erickson steps in to protect his goalie. There's Lagerbach again.
You know, everyone has their role on a team, and that's his role.
That's his role, but at the same time he can score.
Yes,
so that
can.
makes him dangerous. He can get in players' heads and score. As him and Erickson are still jabbing at each other. That's picked off there by McDonald. Lagerbach takes a hit from McDonald. On the side of the net, it's underneath Warner as it squirts away. Lagerbach in the corner. He looks, fires. I don't think Bach saw that one as it deflects wide of the goal. Erickson takes a hit now in the corner. Chaska needs to avoid giving up a goal here in this last minute. That pass is intercepted by Magnuson. Magnuson, the turnover at the blue line. Doctor has it now, gives to his partner Lidke. Lidke off the wall to Lagerbach. Lagerbach steps away from Lavelle, takes a few hacks from him. Now with it again, Lavelle on him. Puts a hit from behind. And we're going to have a penalty against Shane Lavelle. Depends on what they call here.
Yeah, it's not going to be a major or anything. Hit him from the side a little bit. Maybe a boarding. Roughing.
They're going to give him a rough. Interesting. Not what Chaska wants.
No, I was just thinking end of the period while they avoided being, they were disciplined. That was an unnecessary penalty with 10 seconds left in the period.
That's something to pay attention to with Lagerbach out there and Chaska's undisciplined trend of play to see if they'll be able to keep their level heads as they get into it at the end of the period. As Starkey takes a hit there or a punch from Streeter in the corner.
And your buddy Lagerbach. He's in and everywhere, but again, that's the type of role that he plays, an agitator with some offense.
You're very right. As we've reached the end of the first period of play, Chaska 0, Minnetonka 1, or 2, excuse me, we'll be back.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services, with clinic locations in Chaska, Shakopee, and Savage.
Reporting from CHBN, we're here at Chaska Arena. Tonight I've got between the first and second periods the co-captain, number 2, Blaine Warner. Blaine, off to a quick start tonight. This is an intense game. What was the thoughts coming into the game?
Yeah, this is obviously a game that was put on our calendars at the beginning of the year, so we're all looking forward to this one and excited to get it started.
Maybe not the greatest start of the season at 4-4 so far for the Hawks. We got 4 tough games in a row. What's the mindset of this Hawks squad?
Yeah, well, it's not really how you start the season, it's how you end it. So we're trying to build off what we've started and get better each and every game.
Couple of quick goals by Minnetonka in that period. What did you see on some of those?
I mean, they obviously have kids who can shoot the puck. They can score from anywhere, scoring from behind the net and stuff like that. So we just got to be prepared and take away our guys, and we should be able to get back in this one.
What's the game plan going forward for the next couple periods?
Just work ethic. We need to work hard, play smart in our D zone, and if we do that and knock a couple pucks, then it should work out in our favor.
Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks. Thank you. Greg Erickson reporting from CHBN.
Welcome back to the Chaska Community Center for the second intermission report. Minnetonka up 2-0 over the Chaska Hawks after one period of play. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Chaska starting strong. I thought it was a good start to the game. You know, the one goal turns into 2 goals, and you know, both those were just goal scoring plays by, you know, I mean, that's good offense, and that's what you kind of expect from Minnetonka. I thought Chaska did a nice job of rebounding from that, but they had a couple chances to score in that period, and they didn't. And if they want to play with Minnetonka here the rest of the way, they've got to be able to put a few pucks in the net. And so, you know, I thought it was a good period for Minnetonka. For Chaska, they start this period down a guy for 151. You fall behind 3-0. That's going to be a tough road ahead. So they've got to come out. They got to play 2 strong minutes of hockey here to begin the period.
We saw a little bit of physicality at the end of that first period. You think that's going to ensue into the second and the rest of the game?
Oh, you know, and absolutely. And that's, you know, Chaska, that's the way they want to play too. They want to be in your face. Maybe they don't have the big guys, you know, outside of Warner, but they like to be intimidating. And, you know, I think that plays into Minnetonka's game more than Chaska, in my opinion. You know, getting under your skin a little bit. So, you know, I think Chaska just needs to stay away from that. But, you know, it's tough. They're boys. You know, you're on Christmas break, and it's a big game for them. So I think that's part of it too.
Both these teams are very competitive, so things are expected to get heated. We're moments away here from this second period of play. So we welcome both teams back to the ice.
You know, as we expected, to be a big crowd, and you look around the ice here, and there's not many spots open around the boards. Stands are filled. Sure, the concession stand was hopping there in between intermission, so you know, fun atmosphere. You know, I love the timing of this game. Right before Christmas.
All families are in town.
Yep, and there's nothing else on the schedule, so
nothing else going on. Yeah, nobody's got anything to do.
You see a lot of alumni come back. It's a fun time, and so you know, you hope for the rest of the game to be a good one.
That's what we hope for. We hope this doesn't turn into a blowout and Chaska can keep up. We're about ready to go here. Chaska starting a man short for 1:51. And we're underway for this second period of action. Once again, Minnetonka in their traveling blues and Chaska in their home whites, left to right across your TV, tablet, computer, wherever you're watching screen. Where are you guys watching from? Hashtag WatchCHBN on Twitter. Let us know. Doctor loses it now here. Here comes Lidkey. He falls. A little slow to get up, but he looks all right. Minnetonka keeping Chaska pressed in their zone. A whiffed pass. Pfitlick throws it away. Back into the Minnetonka zone. Doctor. Behind his goal, he waits. He gives it off for Bayless. Bayless up over the center ice. Elects to go behind the Chaska goal. Kester over to Benz. Ben's clearing attempts no good as Doctor has it on the wall. And it's now sent the length of the ice.
35 seconds left in the power play here for Minnetonka.
Glockner gives it to his defenseman, Captain Doctor. Up over the Chaska logo. And that's a Lidkey puck. Shot just goes wide off the goal mouth. Bayless, Chaska's penalty kill. About to be 2 for 2 on the night. As that will end out Minnetonka's power play.
Yeah, now you killed the penalty. Now, oh jeez. Now you got to get some momentum back offensively here, Chaska. This next shift right here, you got to have a good shift.
Chaska needs to have a few chances come now.
Yeah, for the Minnetonka, their top power play, they were without Lagerback because he's in the box there with Starkey for another 3 seconds. They'll come out the next whistle. Kittleson was up on the top power play.
It's crazy to look at this crowd here, as there's almost layers on the glass of people. It's packed to the max as a shot's gobbled up by Bach. Yeah, there's a lot of people here. It's something that Chaska hasn't traditionally seen.
Yeah, the only time we see this maybe is Chaska versus Chanhassen. I know that game hasn't been as competitive the last couple years, but it's generally still good crowds at both arenas when they match up against each other.
Both matchups are still to happen later in the year. Those should be fun ones, as the crosstown rivalry is pretty good. All the kids play together, the younger levels, and then go to school and play against each other. So Chaska-Chanhassen rivalry since 2009, when the school opened, has always been great in every sport. It really brings both schools together, as they don't want to lose to the other one.
Yeah, and I think when the schools develop the respect the rivalry hashtag or whatever, I think kids for the most part take that. I mean, they play each other hard, but after the game, you're all shaking hands and you're having, everyone's laughing, having a good time. So that's fun when you get that inter-district matchup.
Those matchups are the ones that are a little bit easier to get up for, get going for. You feel that little extra juice in you. It's been a privilege to be able to play in some of those matchups when I was in my high school career.
And cover them for me since 2011.
Kester, a drop pass here. Scholey in front of the Tonka goal. Centering attempt no good. As Chaska coaches were looking for a penalty, and Aaron Puck will go down the ice. An icing on Minnetonka. If Kester was just a couple feet more in front of the net, he would have had an open net as Glockner was down and out.
Yeah, and that's just, when you're 4-4, some of it's that. It's just those misconnections, just missing here and there, and you hope that you still got a lot of season left to get those down.
Something that Chaska, I'm sure, has been working on in practice, developing more of the team chemistry. As that's not good, as Magnuson's down behind the play. He's holding onto his wrist.
Yep. He went face first kind of into the boards.
Magnuson, a big part for Chaska. Hobbles over to the bench.
Yeah, he on the blue line in the top power play with Kester.
Magnuson, part of the top four. Is Chaska already missing one, as Billy Bronson is not playing tonight? We'll pay attention to that. Deep in that Chaska zone, Warner steps in and wins the draw. Barrett takes a hit from Lagerbach. Warner flips up off the glass, where Lidke will keep it in the Chaska zone. Barrett now, he elects to flip it. Bret Pfitlick, a perfect flip pass to Pfitlick, and a shot saved by Glockner.
And that's a play that Chaska has run a lot with Rhett. That's how he scored a goal last year in this matchup.
Exactly.
You know it's coming, yet with his speed, you can't stop it. And luckily for Minnetonka, he was forced to shoot a puck from the dot. Glockner, nice position, was able to make the save. Sometimes we've seen Rhett able to deke there in that position, but just a great pass off the boards, right into the get a break going.
Scholey replaces Barry and loses the draw. On the sideboards now. Puck's kept in for a moment, then squirts out. Here's Kittleson. His drop pass so good. Fletcher with it at his feet now. Takes a hit from Doctor. In deep in the Minnetonka defensive zone. Now out comes Lidke with it. He takes a hit from Fletcher. And Chaska will be shorthanded, giving Minnetonka their third power play of the game. With 12:21, Fletcher will go here. Two minutes for tripping for Fletcher. Warner now. Pfitlick steps around Lidke. He can't get around Doctor, and there'll be a penalty here now against Doctor as he trips up Pfitlick.
Yeah, and that's the speed there. They're going to get Lidke again. That's the second time he's been whistled for tripping on Pfitlick. You know, Pfitlick just has that incredible speed, and, you know, Gophers just got to be salivating to get him. I mean, he's really gained some weight over the last couple years. You know, you see him off the ice. He's still a little guy, but, man, if he, you know, you can just see if he keeps building into that frame, he's going to be a really, really nice player. I know his brother Rem.
He plays a lot like his brother Rem. If any of you have watched the Gophers this year, Rem Pfitlick, number 15 for them, is siblings with number 12, Bret Pfitlick for Chaska.
Yeah, a lot of these guys played in the elite league together. Red had a huge elite league, you know, with Team Southwest, so I believe the champions.
Kester loses it here. He's able to keep it on the wall. Then it's poked away, and now Minnetonka the other way with Streeter. Warner puts a body on him.
Yeah, great back check.
At the point, into the corner, shot. Blocker save there by Bach on Bayless. Bach able to slide across nicely and turn it aside. Bach gloves down that shot there by Miller.
Yeah, I think Bayless scored about 10 times from that spot last year. Bobby Brink would just sit there, and they would do the one-timer from that spot. Bayless is deadly, and he's one of those guys that, you know, huge year last year. He's going to UMass Lowell down the road, but, you know, having him back, he's also a standout goaltender for the lacrosse team, and, you know, it's just another great shot.
Well, that's something. A player and a goalie in two different sports. That's interesting.
Who wants to play goaltender in multiple sports? I mean.
Charlie Erickson with it for Chaska. Steps aside Lagerbach. Walking in on the blue line. Turnover here. Over to Newhouse. If you're Chaska, you got to avoid turning that puck over on both ends of the blue line. That's where Minnetonka will make you
it's
pay.
about smart passing. I mean, you know, sometimes we try to do the cute, pretty things, and sometimes it's just got to be the tape-to-tape passes that get you into the offensive zone.
Sometimes you just need to grind it away. Here comes Benz now into the Minnetonka zone. Steps aside Doctor. His shot's turned aside by Glockner. Benz is able to get it back. Glockner will play it behind the goal. He throws it up and rattles it around the glass. Kester unable to keep it in as he puts a hit on Newhouse. Lavelle with speed over the Hawk now. He walks in. He loses it on an attempt or a drop pass. Here's Doctor. Doctor gloved down by Bach. As you see by that last play there, that's an example of Chaska trying to be a little too cute. Maybe Lavelle should have gone to the outside and shot it, and he tried to drop pass and...
Yeah, and the pass was there. He just didn't notice it until it was too late. Then tried forcing it. So it's just these misconnections. They're just not on the same page right now. And once they are, well, then Chaska's probably going to be the team that everyone thought they were going to be.
Here comes Benz after a pass from McDonald. Benz walks in. Chaska just needs to get shots on goal right now. Not a lot so far for themselves in this game. Benz gives it up off the point. Barrett a drive, and that's blocked out in front by Zitloff. And back the other way now is Kittleson. Kittleson over to Hendrickson, and his shot goes wide of the Chaska goal. McDonald, his pass to a breaking Pfitlick stopped by Miller. Chaska back with it now. Barrett, some shifty work, but loses it to Hendrickson. Back Kittleson now. Could not connect with Lacombe. There's Kittleson. There's Lidke. He throws it into the Chaska zone behind the goal. Kittleson now with it again for Minnetonka. Pfitlick now picks it up. Pfitlick with speed gives to McDonald. McDonald waits for Pfitlick. Shuffles it to him. Here comes Pfitlick walking in.
The referee.
Off the referee. Primary assist to the referee there.
You know,
as Goldsworthy is not happy.
Yeah. It went in off something.
It went in off something. Goldsworthy seems to think it went in off a kicking motion.
There's a big discussion with a lot of different players, but I mean, at this point, you can't overturn it. Neither of them saw that. Otherwise, why are we at this point? Somebody's got to wave it off right away.
If this gets overturned, it should have been overturned right away.
And like I said, it went off something.
Yeah.
The one referee who was near to the puck, he was all tangled up with Pfitlick.
Yeah.
It was a weird.
I don't know.
It was a weird play.
If Pfitlick ever got it back to his stick, it kind of looked like he did, and then it caught Glockner off guard.
You know, without seeing a replay here, you know, if it was probably an inadvertent kick in. And it's going to be a goal because Goldsworthy is not happy with the call. It was just another smart little play there by Bret Pfitlick. A little give and go there along the board.
By McDonald. That was a good play right there. That's that connection, those little plays that Chaska has the potential to make work.
You know, and Minnetonka's top pairing was down there. They've been beaten 3 times now by Pfitlick's speed.
As a Minnetonka fan is giving some to the ref. Well, Chaska cuts the Minnetonka lead to 1 with a goal from Pfitlick. Pfitlick also with a goal in a matchup last year. Here comes Doctor. Doctor puck poking away by Olmscheid, who takes a hit from him after. We'll see if this energizes Chaska a little bit.
Yeah, and this is one of those key points. Once you get one, you can't give one back.
These next few minutes are crucial for the Hawks. Kester up off the glass, batted down by Lidke. Lidke walking around Chaska defenders. He walks in, walks around Mike Kester, but he's able to bat it away. Bayless with it now. Gives to Miller, back to Bayless. Here comes Lidke with speed now, up on the wing. He looks, passes, drops off. Puck whistles wide at the Chaska goal on a shot by Streeter. Minnetonka with a little zip here after that goal. Now here comes Kester, he loses it. Coming in now Bayless. Bayless walks around, shot saved by Bach. He didn't know where that was.
They needed that one, and you know, it starts with a turnover in the neutral zone, something that Chaska's really struggled with. Bayless puts a move on Starkey. Bach got lucky, and hey, that's what you need in a game like this.
Need a little puck luck sometimes. 7:42 to go here in the second period. Puck squirts out. It's kept in by Miller. Pfitlick fights for it now. I gotta think we're gonna see as much Pfitlick as we can.
Yeah, and I say, yeah, they've been going with this line a lot here. You know, Ethan McDonald's played really well. He almost had that goal on the power play that was waved off. So
save there by Bach on Miller. He collects his rebound. He stops. Looking for options. His centering pass slips all the way back into the Minnetonka zone. Pfitlick on hard. You got to worry about them overplaying that line, and if they are to get too tired. Pfitlick with the steal. The shot saved by Glockner as he's pushed back into his own goal. And Warner's thrown down by Miller. I just think the two got tangled there.
Yeah, Warner was getting pushed from behind into the goaltender a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-1 game. These teams are putting everything out there right now, and you like that. And Minnetonka, Chaska, anybody, you're going to stand up to your goaltender and push back. You can't let him get toppled over like that. No penalties.
Good to see that there was no penalty on that play. Doctor comes away with it for Minnetonka, and he sends it around where Barrett keeps it in the offensive zone. Barry with it now, a shot just directed wide. Erickson takes a hard hit, and so does Schully. He's able to come away with it though. Now here's Lidkey behind the Minnetonka goal. He tries to find Hendrickson as it's too far ahead of him, and that'll be an ice.
Yeah, and I think Chaska's really got Minnetonka off their game here this period. You know, the first period they're flying around. Now all of a sudden I think Chaska's got the better of play, you know, especially since the goal.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're Minnetonka, this is where you got to regroup and say, hey, we're still winning here. We just got to keep grinding away, keep getting shots on net.
They got to stick to their game plan. They can't kind of get away from that. Kester walks the line, shot, glove down by Glockner.
There's traffic in front, and that's something that Chaska's gotten better as the game's gone on here, is getting some bodies in front. Glockner's tall, so he's going to be able to see over some of these guys. You got to have some different bodies in there, sticks in there, and then it makes it honestly a lot more tough with traffic.
I think you ask any goaltender, it's a lot harder to save the puck when there's traffic in front. Miller, a shot, that goes wide of the goal. Kester pokes it away. Lavelle comes up here. The speedy Wisconsin commit. Walks around a few. He shovels in front, that's blockered away by Glockner. Will Krull sends it ahead. Bayless, errant there. Here comes Warner the other way now. Warner in around Miller. Warner in.
Oh.
Shot saved by Glockner.
You know, Blaine jumps off the bench. He's ready to go. You know, I think sometimes you have a good shift. Last time got into a little bit. He was shot out of a can and went right around the defense. Got another good look. That's what you want to see from Blaine. Blaine's really good in front of the net. But that next game, where the next part of his game that he can develop is some skating. And he had a nice back check a couple shifts ago. So good thanks from Blaine tonight.
Blaine Warner's very lethal with his shot. When he gets an open shot, he'll make you pay.
And he was our first intermission guest.
Oh, yes he was. Icing waved off here as Barrett's taken down in the corner. No call coming. Newhouse takes a fall. A bad angle shot taken there by Lagerback, and we're going to have a penalty
against, I believe, Warner.
Chaska.
Or Barrett, actually. Stuck out his leg a little bit.
That was on Newhouse, I believe.
Yep.
See, this is what Chaska needs to avoid, putting Minnetonka on the power play. With Minnetonka's 33% success rate.
Well, I think you said they get 3 power plays, they're going to score 1. Well, this is their third power play. Well, we'll see.
Doctor with it at the point. It's quickly over to Lidkey. Glove down. It's loose in front. Players converge. Puck's loose. Olmscheid saves a goal as the net comes loose. Olmscheid saved a goal with his skate on the wraparound attempt by Lagerback.
Yeah, now this first power play from Minnetonka got their guy in front of the net, and you just saw a lot of commotion right there.
They just need shot. Awkward shot and saved by Buck. Minnetonka needs to stick to their game plan of just moving the puck around and settling things down, as they seem to be a little rattled after the Chaska goal.
Yeah, a great shot there off the draw from Griffin Streeter, and he's been a huge addition. He grew up in the Minnetonka youth program, went to Shattuck's for a couple years, and he's back here. I believe he's a junior. And, yeah, he's just been a great addition for them on that top line.
That's
7 goals in 8 games.
That certainly helps, having a transfer Shattuck student. Bayless with it now, walks over to Doctor. Doctor back to shot over the goal by Bayless. They move it so fast I couldn't even get the names out of my mouth. Here we come again with Doctor. The miscommunication here, a shot saved by Bach. as two Minnetonka players were uncovered on the far end of the ice.
Yeah, Mike Kester tried jumping up on that, and he lost the puck in the neutral zone. You know, that's something that we've seen too much from Chaska now is, you know, trying to make that offensive play and losing possession of the puck. All of a sudden they're going the other way, you know, without your top defenseman. And so, you know, Justin Bach, after, you know, 2 goals early on, he's kept them in the game here.
Oh, yeah.
Come up with some big saves.
Especially
I wish we had the shots on goal on the scoreboard, but we don't. But, you know, Justin's played well.
I'd have to say Minnetonka's probably out shooting Chaska.
Yep.
But this period has been more entertaining than the first. Pfitlick's able to steal the puck there, as his centering pass is unable to connect with Olmscheid. Krull leaves it off for Miller. Miller coming now. It's almost poked away by Pfitlick. Pfitlick's been all over the ice tonight.
Yeah, and he's just a dynamic skater, but also great stick. I mean, you can just see just very disruptive.
Newhouse there.
You always say, you know, coaches always say, keep that stick on the ice.
Good things will
happen.
happen.
Good things will happen, and he's testament of that.
Chaska at full strength, so they've killed 3 power plays tonight of Minnetonka. Here's Miller. He walks in, shoots off Bach's stick. I don't think he saw that one. Here comes Barrett now. Barrett walks and loses it at the line. Glockner plays it. Glockner's been playing the puck tonight. I did not know he was that type of goalie.
He's been watching Alex Stalock for the while.
Newhouse a shot off the goalpost, and the net comes off. What a turn of events there.
Remember we talked a little bit about puck luck? You need it, and
Chaska getting some puck luck in this period.
Yeah, well, and that's what, I mean, it's gone against Chaska's way here for a while. Maybe it's turned around.
Chaska keeping themselves in this game with 2:44 here to go in this second period. Minnetonka leads 2-1.
And we see Pfitlick's line back out there again.
Warner takes down a man in front. No call there. Erickson whiffs on a puck and he takes a hard hit. Here's Kittleson. Kittleson around the goal, looks, shot by Doctor, saved by Bach as it's thrown away from safety.
Yeah, and Erickson's getting an extended time because Grant Magnuson has not returned since he went into the boards with the arm injury. He appears to be sitting on the bench, but sitting down, so.
Not a good sign for Chaska.
Yeah, but, you know, that's why you play 5 defensemen to begin the game.
Yeah.
So you have a little extra depth. But they do not have anybody else suited, I don't think. 23.
Goodrich.
Joe Lynch.
Joe Lynch and Goodrich are Chaska's 2 extras.
Okay. So Joe's down at the end of the defenseman just in case.
They need a little help. Bach unable to hold. Chaska now running around a little bit as Minnetonka seems to be turning up the pressure.
Yep.
Starkey puts a hit on. Chaska needs to come out of this period 2-1, at least. A turnover right there as it's poked out. 1:51 to go here in this second period. Middle frame of action at the community center. Here's Lidke. He gives up to Streeter. Streeter walks. Shot blocker to side by Bach. Lavelle avoids a hit. Here's Streeter. Streeter shot. That's blocked by Kester and just squirts out of the Chaska defensive zone. Doctor with it now up off the glass. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Chaska can sense, you know, right now they need their best lines out, and so they just bypass the third line. Here you go. We got Bret Pfitlick.
Pfitlick a shot just wide of the goal as Chaska had numbers. It helps to have some of the experience out when they can feel that pressure that they're getting outplayed a little bit and get to that safety.
Well, you can see the intensity's turned up, and so you want guys who can match that intensity right now.
Pfitlick, he flips it up over Miller's head and will not go as icing against Chaska. Barry on it now. He disrupts Minnetonka. 35 seconds to go here. Here comes Lagerback with Bayless breaking. Lagerback elects not to give to him. He'll give to Miller, who has a wide open lane. The shot doesn't ever get it off. That's canceled out by Erickson. Lagerback walks in a drive. That's blocked by Pfitlick. Kester is hooked down in the corner, and Minnetonka will be a man short.
Yeah, these late period penalties in the offensive zone. Another one, this one will go against, I believe, number 10. Nope, Motzko, 18.
That's the first time we've called Motzko's name tonight.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of special teams in this game, and so, lines can get changed up a little bit, but, that's been the big line this year for that team is, they've gotten a lot of production from Motzko, Newhouse, Lagerbeck.
The Chaska will have the bulk of their power play in the third period. It's thrown all the way down. A bouncing puck just goes wide of the goal, and that'll take us to the second intermission. At the end of 2 periods of play, and an entertaining one here at the Chaska Community Center. Minnetonka Skippers 2, Chaska Hawks 1. We'll be back shortly. Thanks for watching on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services, with clinic locations in Chaska, Shakopee, and Savage.
Second intermission, this is Greg Erickson with CHBN. I'm here with number 12, Bret Pfitlick, junior forward for the Chaska Hawks. Bret, I've been saying it all year, and I don't know if you've heard what I've been talking about, but I think you're the fastest man on two skates. What do you think of that?
I mean, thank you for that, but I think we got a really fast team, so it's hard to compare.
That is true. We got a very good fast team. A lot of stretch passes. That's kind of one of the strategies that you've employed here. That second period, you guys were able to get a tally. You scored a goal.
Yeah, I mean, our defensemen are doing great. We're just looking for stretch passes to try to get it out and dump it in, maybe get a goal. But we just got to keep coming out hard and playing hard.
Obviously, Minnetonka #1 rated in the state. Tough opponent, but you guys are hanging in. Tell me what the mood is like in the locker room.
I mean, it's just like we're all focused. We know that they're going to bring their best, but we just got to come out and do the same thing.
Justin Bach, co-captain, stonewalled him in that period. I don't know how many saves he had, but it was a lot. What do you think about his performance here so far?
He's doing amazing. He's totally backing us up. I mean, thank God he's saved a bunch of those great opportunities they had, so he's really kept us in at this game.
Well, stay fast, Rhett. Thanks much. Good luck the rest of the way.
Welcome back to the Chaska Community Center, everyone, as we're getting ready for what should be an entertaining third period, as we've got a one-goal hockey game here between the Chaska Hawks and the #1 Minnetonka Skippers. It's been a good game so far, especially after that second period.
Yeah, you know, we wondered how Chaska would respond down 2-0 after one period. They've come back, got within one goal. They start the period with 1 minute and 48 seconds of power play. So great opportunity right here. You know, I think, you know, anytime you got a one-goal game with the #1 team in the state, you take that. So, like you said, exciting 17 minutes of hockey left.
And we're underway in the third period of play. Chaska in their home whites and Minnetonka in their away blues, left to right across whatever device you are watching. Thanks for watching and tuning in to CHBN. Let us know where you're watching from. Hashtag WatchCHBN on Twitter. It'll be important to see how Chaska, not just Chaska, but both teams come out in these first few minutes in this period.
Yeah, and like I said, Chaska's on the power play. They have 1 minute and 15 left. Grant Magnuson was hurt in the second period. He's usually on the top pairing with Kester. Right now you got Nick Olmscheid out there as the extra man on the blue line.
Going with 4 forwards.
And they have not been able to get the puck into the offensive zone. Maybe now.
As Kester's taken down in the quarter, McDonald takes a high hit as it's thrown back into the Chaska zone. Bach with it now. Gets it to Pfitlick. Pfitlick turns away from danger, which was Hendrickson. Off the wall. Benz picks it up, gives to Lavelle. Lavelle with a full head of steam. Walks in around the goal. He looks, keeps going. He loses it. And we're down to 25 seconds left in the Chaska power play with 15:35 to go here in this third period. A 1-goal hockey game. Benz almost gives it away there. Barrett with it. Lavelle throws it on. Glockner turns to the side. Barry seeing some power play time. Barrett fires. That's tipped down, scored. No goal. It was played with the high stick. And the goal will be waved off. The right call there, obviously.
Yeah, from our angle, it looked like
it looked high from our angle.
Well over his shoulders.
The ref was right on top of that one. I think after that first one, if Chaska was to score on that goal, Goldsworthy would have lost his mind.
Yeah, absolutely. But the ref, like we talked about after the first goal, if neither guy sees it right away, you can't change the call. One of the referees immediately waved it off. Good call.
Good heads up play there good heads up by the referees there.
Yeah, but a nice shot by Calvin Barrett. I mean, he just throws it on net, and that's
great tip there by Benz.
Yep, and that's the way you're going to beat a guy like Glockner, is through tips, things like that, traffic.
Saved by Bach on Lagerbach. Warner comes away with it now, gives to Pfitlick. Pfitlick flips it. It's thrown back in by Doctor. Erickson with it behind his goal. He elects to ring it around the wall. McDonald stops it just too far ahead of Pfitlick.
Or just far enough.
Just far enough, yeah.
Holy moly.
Behind the goal, Warner loses it. Pfitlick pokes. Now the other way, Lidkey. Minnetonka with numbers. Lidkey shot that's poked away by Kester. Kester with it now takes a hack from Lidkey. And there's going to be a penalty. Goldsworthy not happy with that.
Yeah, and again, it's Pfitlick's speed. With Lidkey the first 2 times, now it's going to be Doctor.
No, it's going to be Lidkey.
No, Lidkey again.
Lidkey's third penalty of the game. He gets Kester with the slash. Somewhat of a weak call, I guess.
Yeah, but, again, when you see that odd man break and a guy slow down any which way, it's going to be whistled. Oh, found a stick. Chaska here will start with Barrett on the blue line with Kester. Kester talking to Grant Doctor over there.
A little surprised to see Bauer Berry on the power play here.
Well, they moved Olmscheid.
That is true.
He's probably going to be on the other grouping, so.
At this stage in the game, though, would you just go all in and put Olmscheid on the top play?
No, because you got a whole period left here, and you also don't want to come right off of the power play and have nothing, So I like this move. You're quickly going to get the other unit out here, especially with these stoppages.
13:53 to go here in this third period, and Bach will play it. He leaves it for Kester. Kester looks. This is a point in the time in the game where you want your superstar like Kester to take over. So much like he did these past few years. Barrett with it now. He looks, surveys. He elects to skate. Once again, he'll cross ice into the Minnetonka zone as it's flipped up off the glass by Krull. Hendrickson on it first. Bach looks, he plays. Over to Kester. I didn't see Kester there. I thought he was just throwing it on the wall. Here comes Lavelle. Lavelle with it in. Shot glove down by Glockner.
Yeah, Chaska will get a full change now. Olmscheid will come in. Up front, you'll have Warner, McDonald, and Pfitlick. Their line that's been there all night
just stays on.
We talked about chemistry. Well, this line's had a lot of chemistry tonight.
Kester with it, walks, looks, shoots. Saved by Glockner. That's thrown away by Doctor. Bach comes out to play it. He's there quickly. Newhouse in. Up over the head. Oh. Motzko bats that one down. Here comes Warner now. Warner gets McDonald, leaves for Pfitlick. Just a little too far. To Kester. Kester with a little move. Kester walking in. He drops it to Warner. Warner over to Pfitlick. Pfitlick walks, looks for the backdoor pass just over Kester's stick. Kester, errant pass there. And it's ahead here for Newhouse. Newhouse with it. That's poked away by Pfitlick. A good back check and defensive play there by Rhett Pfitlick. Krill with it on the wall. It looks, shoots. That's blocked by Warner. Krill will regather it. He looks, pestered by Warner. Warner throws the hard hit on. Olmscheid in the corner. Scholey. His centering attempt just off of Warner. Henry now for Minnetonka. Starkey back behind the goal. Takes a hit from Henry. The puck wasn't anywhere but 10 feet from that. Both players lost that. Behind the goal, Bayless takes a hit from Erickson. Just off the back of the goal. Now here's Barry. Barry looks. Off the wall. Miller with it now. He squirts away from Scholey. He gives the lid key. Miller in. Oh, just kidding. Here is Bayless. Bayless walks in. Shot. Scores! That's Griffin Streeter. And Minnetonka regains their 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and I talked about in the power play, if you have everybody out there, they got stuck there with, Erickson and Starkey with the third line. Starkey overplayed there, gave up the 2-on-1. Boy, Bayless is a good passer as well. He had a lot of assists last year, and unfortunately for Chaska, the mistake turns into a goal. That's Griffin Streeter's 8th goal of the year.
Not what Chaska's looking for here in this third period. Chaska wins the draw. Quickly, Lavelle a drive, and that's blocked by Doctor and goes up and out of play. .11:16 left to go here in this third period. Off the wall, a drive by Barrett. Blocker to side by Glockner. Here comes Kittleson with it. He gives to LeCummy. LeCummy shoots. That's blocked by Barrett. Swatted at. Into Barrett's midsection. He comes away with it there. Plays it to Benz. Benz, an errant pass. Just goes ahead of his man Olmscheid. Down for an icing.
.10:56 left in the third period here for Chaska. 3-1 game, and it's how do you respond off a goal? And so here's a big shift right here. You got that top line back out there.
It's all about responding now. Warner, centering pass intercepted by Doctor. Starkey sends that puck out of play and will come just outside the zone. The Minnetonka defensive zone. Olmscheid loses the draw there. Lidke to Doctor, as we've said many times tonight, and vice versa. Motzko in behind the Chaska goal for Lagerbach. He takes a hit from Olmscheid. Olmscheid gets it from Kester, and Chaska has numbers up over the blue line. Olmscheid out wide on Krull. Centering pass intercepted there by Newhouse. Newhouse looks, he walks. Takes a few slashes from Lavelle. Lagerbach over to Krull, is saved by Bach.
Yeah, and I know we talked a lot early on about Ledke and Doctor, but that second pairing from Minnetonka has really held their own. They're, you know, maybe they're not drawing Chaska's top line, but you know, they played in the state tournament championship game last year, and you can tell there's some comfort with them as well.
The second-year head coach Sean Goldsworthy very comfortable with his top two defensive pairing lines.
The Chaska resident Sean Goldsworthy. They moved to Chaska this past year.
Those are the type of insights that you bring to this broadcast.
I only know that because his daughter plays for Gustavus, and they listed it as Chaska. They lived in Northfield. He was a longtime coach at St. Olaf. She finished out her high school, and then they officially moved residence this past year.
There's Lidke. His shot just goes wide of the target.
Great defense by Pfitlick to get a
McDonald gets up to Pfitlick. Pfitlick on a break. Shoots. Save. Glockner the rebound. The net comes off a little bit.
Net's still
Not
off.
fully off. Yeah, it's off, but we'll keep playing. Two great saves by Glockner on Pfitlick. They keep it a 3-1 game. Time and time again we've called Pfitlick's name tonight just due to his speed and his elusiveness and his ability to make plays out of nothing.
You know, you know, obviously with Pfitlick, he's going to be the player of the game for Chaska at this point. But that entire line, McDonald skated really hard. I've seen things out of Warner tonight that I haven't seen in a few games. So just good things all around from that line.
You wonder if maybe this game can jumpstart Chaska. We'll have to find out. Here's Kittleson. Kittleson a move. He loses it. He goes into the corner. Back behind the Chaska net. Starkey puts a hit there on Henriksen. There's Henriksen again. Biller leaves it off for Krull. Back down deep into the Chaska zone, icing waved off. Eriksson. He loses it to Lagerbach. Lagerbach walks. Eriksson falls down. Newhouse looks. His centering pass all the way out and back into the defensive zone for Minnetonka. Lidke comes back to get it. Gives to Doctor. Doctor looks. Gives up the wing to Motzko. Motzko to Lagerbach. Lagerbach looks. Nice move around Barrett. He stops. He looks. Surveys, trying to find a man. There's Motzko. Motzko shovels off to Doctor. Doctor back to Motzko. A shot by Newhouse, gloved away by Bach. Lagerbach with it, the quarter. Doctor keeps it in the offensive zone. Lavelle has it now. Lavelle on Lidke. Walks around Lidke. Lavelle, blocker saved by Lochner. Jack Bayless right now is shot off, and Lagerbach, a drive, just misses the goal. Charlie Glockner playing as advertised this year with only one goal given up tonight.
Yeah, and I look at Glockner, and what I'm seeing right now is his ability to move left and right along with his size. That's something that he's really looked like he's improved on from last year, is that athleticism between the pipes.
We've seen tremendous growth this year from Glockner compared to last season. Assuming he put in lots of work in the summer. A state tournament run helps that as well.
Yeah, you come back, you know you have a lot of talent back. You get another shot at a state championship. Obviously, that's going to elevate where he goes on after high school. So, yeah, a lot of incentive.
Pfitlick with it now. It skips just wide of him. Pfitlick's able to get around Miller. Pfitlick in. Shot. Save Glockner. He doesn't know where it is. It's somewhere in there.
5:46 left in the third period here.
It's getting real for Chaska.
Yep. And like I said at the beginning of the telecast, win or lose, you want to be competitive. And Chaska's right there. And only one other team has been this close with them all year. Duluth-Marshall was a 2-1 game. So for Chaska, I want to see them finish out these last 5:40 here with a strong finish. Let's make the last couple minutes.
Nice save by Bach.
Important.
Important for Chaska to keep it a close game. I said Chaska's had some struggles of late. Icing waved off. Ben's with it now. Behind the Minnetonka goals, Doctor. Doctor gives to Hendrickson. Hendrickson with it now. He whiffs on it. Now it's Doctor over the Chaska logo. Doctor looks, shot right into the trapping glove of Justin Bach.
At 5:01 left. These are the times where you got to keep those short shifts. Keep skating hard.
Kroll. His pass is intercepted by Barry. Barry can't handle it. Goes into the corner with Miller. He looks. His pass is in between his two defenders. Starkey will go back to play the puck.
What's Bauer Barry and Minnetonka have in common?
I do not know.
State champs last year.
That is
Bauer
very
Barry
right.
Played for Orono last year. Well, state champion, Ryan. He's in the program.
Fletcher is down. I did not see what happened there.
Something with Lagerbeck.
Who else but? Fletcher gets back up and dumps it deep into the Minnetonka zone. There's a miscommunication there with Glockner as a defenseman. Almost led to Schulte coming away with it. Warner gives to Erickson. Erickson waits, stops, gives back to Warner. Warner loses it there. Erickson now has it. Kester with Pfitlick. Pfitlick dumps it in, ramps up into the zone. Glockner unable to stop behind his goal. McDonald puts a hit on Doctor. The puck stuck between the players on the wall. Centering pass shot by Warner is blocked by Streeter. That goes up and out of play.
You just like the play between these two guys, though. There's been a lot of opportunities. You're seeing that chemistry develop, and we'll see if this line sticks for next week. I know that you can just tell that they work
like
well
playing
together.
Yeah, exactly. They're able to find each other, especially the McDonald-Pfitlick connection. Two speedy guys, and then they can get it to Warner, who has that big shot ability. A shot by Olmscheid, who's playing defense right now. It's turned away by Glockner. Back to Olmscheid. Olmscheid walks. That's blocked down by Streeter. Centering pass is intercepted by Lidke. 3:21 left in this third period. Back behind the goal, Doctor. Doctor gives to his partner, Lidke. Up to Bayless. Bayless, and that's tipped into the Chaska zone by Streeter. Down for an ice. As Streeter rides Olmscheid into the wall. .306 left to go in this third period.
Yeah, and I liked they knew they had an offensive zone draw. Threw Olmscheid out there at the blue line to give him another shot. He got a good shot on net. These are the type of things. Sean Bloomfield, interim coach today at least. He's talking to Bach here. Okay, we're getting ready. Whole goaltender. These are the things that a head coach, you're usually doing with Snuggerud not on the bench tonight. Sean Bloomfield's chance.
John Bloomfield is no stranger to coaching, as he started as a goaltending coach, and in the past few years he took over off the goalpost, a shot by Kester. Glockner did not see that at all. As I was saying, Bloomfield's been coaching the junior varsity team, and so he's been gaining experience working as a head coach.
Strong Minnetonka connection too.
Yep.
Mother-in-law. If you go to any athletic event, you'll most likely see her.
Kester walks. That shot's blocked. Pfitlick coming off the bench as the extra attacker keeps it in, and it comes back out. Olmsted's able to gather it. Chaska with an empty net.
2:45 left. Win early.
That's early.
But when you need 2 goals, you got to try it.
And they're going to pay the price with Kittleson in the empty net. Minnetonka leads 4-1.
Yeah, A.J. Kittleson, 2 goals today here. He started the scoring, and he might finish it.
The dagger in the back for Chaska, and many are starting to head out.
It's going to be a long walk back to some people's cars with this kind of crowd.
With the limiting parking as is at the community center. Doctor to Lidkey, and back to Lidkey, back to Doctor. Up the ice here is Minnetonka with Motzko. Motzko walking, batted away. Warner. Chaska may not come with away with the win, but do you think we've seen growth from this Chaska team with their ability?
Well, I think you walk out of here with your heads high. You know, it was a 1-goal game. You know, into the third period with the #1 team in state, who hasn't been in any close games outside of one. So, yes, but it's always how do you respond the next time. And they've got a big one in Eden Prairie, who came away with a wild 7-6 win over Blaine today. They were down 5-3 in the third period, and they rallied. So, you know, it's one of those games. That was a big one in the playoffs last year. Chaska wins and advances to the semifinals, and so I always like to see, if you play a good game here, how do you respond the next time?
1:26 to go here in this third period. Minnetonka leads 4-1. Far majority of the crowd is headed out. Lavelle with it. It seems that Chaska may have found their line, their #1 line. We'll see when head coach Dave Snuggerud comes back, what he elects to do. 1 minute to go here. The clock's winding down. Here comes Henry. Loses it to Kester. Kester with it. Off the wall. It's kept in there by Bayless. Barry with it now. Takes a hit from Henry. Here comes Kester. Kester shovels over to Lavelle. Lavelle around Krull. Saved there by Glockner. And all the way down the ice. That'll be an icing on Minnetonka.
What do we have on deck for CHBN telecast? Got
well, we have big holiday tournaments coming up. We got boys basketball next Thursday, the 27th. There'll also be a boys hockey game that day. Youth Hockey Hub will be covering that game. We'll link that on our website, watchchbn.com.
And the final score here from the Chaska Community Center, the #1 Minnetonka Skippers 4, the Chaska Hawks 1. Much better play here tonight from the Hawks. We have our 3 stars of the game, starting with our third star, number 12, Bret Pfitlick. Our second star for Minnetonka, number 34, Teddy Lagerbach. And the number 1 star of the game, Charlie Glockner for Minnetonka. Brought to you by Above and Beyond Marketing. Fun one tonight here, as these Section 2AA opponents will very probably likely see each other again down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought the biggest takeaway, you know, outside of the top line for Chaska, Justin Bach probably played his best game of the year. You know, that's key. And they need strong goaltending, strong defense to be able to play with the top dogs in Section 2. And so a good step for Bach. He'll get tested next week. You know, it'll be interesting to see where they go with him. Do they go Prior Lake? Do they go Eden Prairie? I would assume Bach gets Eden Prairie. Edina, Stark will get Prior Lake. But
that's the day off and rest, yeah.
Yeah, that Prior Lake one could be very, very important too. You know, maybe that middle seed. So. It'll be interesting.
They almost took down Edina, Casey Middlestad senior year in sections.
So, yeah, it's and this is always one of my fun things about this. You get guys that have been playing together. Even after the playoff game, they were all talking like this. So a lot of fun to cover these two teams, you know, tonight and throughout the season for the Chaska Herald and Chaniston Villager.
A lot of these kids played together growing up and playing together in the summer. College commits who will be playing against each other in the future, and all that fun stuff. Well, thank you for tuning in tonight on Watch CHBN. For Eric Krauscher, I'm Colin Jacobson, and we wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.